And inside the locker room, and welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, our reporter, Allie LaForce. And now, Dallas' starting group. Washington and Gafford, the combo inside. Flagg is out there with Max Christie, and it's Marshall in at the small forward position. Grant, looking at Cooper Flagg, his versatility is what makes him such a highly touted prospect.
Yeah, B.A. Cooper can do a little of everything offensively. He also covers a lot of ground defensively at 6'9". And on top of his balanced skill set, his intangibles are just elite.
Durant, and he buries his first look.
Nice handles, tight handles, fluid handles, right into his shooting motion. Durant able to do everything on the offensive end.
Now here's Christie, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Pass to Flagg, fires from deep. It's rebounded by Houston. Outside Eason. Now here's Şengün. Here's Smith. He's guarded by Washington. Houston working the ball around. That's good from Durant on the assist from Eason. Durant's gotten his second bucket.
This is where KD dips into his bag and comes out smelling good.
Pass to Flagg. Marshall outside. On the wing, Christie. Shot clock at 5. Here's Flagg. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Still looking to get their offense in gear. 0 for 3 to start this game.
He took it up strong, but the defense was ready for it.
Washington up top, over Smith. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Working from medium range, he was trying to take what the defense gave him there.
Outside Durant, the 3 is up. Gets the 3 to fall. Durant's got 7.
Poetry in motion, such a smooth stroke. You assume when Durant lets it go, that 3 ball's going down.
So Jason Kidd decided to call timeout here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. The middle part of the year, Clark. How much are these teams looking to the future?
Well, it's hard not to. I mean, it's human nature to kind of look ahead. Coaches and players that are leaders on their respective teams have to keep themselves and their teammates in the moment. And that's part of the coach's responsibility, I think.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Can they get it? And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. All right, let's take a look at the best rebounding point guards over the last 10 games. Number 1, Amen Thompson.
Amazing. I mean, owning the glass isn't something a point guard typically does, but he's been special in that area.
Yeah, in addition to the work he does on the perimeter, he's more than willing to get his nose in there and get his hands dirty and getting after rebounds and loose balls. And I think that's why so many folks around the league can't say enough good things about him.
Chalk up 2 there.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Mavericks trail by 9. And it's exceptional the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, B. I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
Just 4 to shoot. And here's Flag outside. It's hauled in by Houston. Sengun's got 4 rebounds now.
He's having trouble getting anything to go right now.
To the middle. And Sengun throw it down.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
The Rockets lead by 11. Outside Durant. Launches a 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Outside Christie. Pass to Flag. Now Marshall. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And it's Flag missing.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Now here's Smith. Last game for him, he had 14. The 3, Durant gets the 3 ball to go. Durant's got 10 points in the game.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Group getting ready for the Rockets. Finney Smith's checked in for Smith. Tate comes in for Durant. Okogie's checked in for Eason. And it's Shepard in for Thompson. Here's Nembhard. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Back to Robinson Earl. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
At last, their cold streak is over. They finally found something that worked.
Well, you knew it eventually was going to happen. I mean, my goodness, a tight start to this one, but maybe that'll ignite some more buckets to be made.
Sengun, a screen on Nembhard. Here's Shepard. And that's not going to go. And so it's Houston now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. We'll be right back after this word. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Rockets.
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys, lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on.
Josh Okogie is out there with Shepard. Then there's Alperen Sengun. Then there's Jayshawn Tate. And it's Finney Smith in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And that's how you defend. Glad we had a chance to see a replay of that block again.
Boy, he is all over that shot. I mean, had it read the whole way, got himself in the position, and then was able to make the play.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Robinson Earls checked in. Here's Okogie. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Let's see some of the numbers here for Alperen Sengun. Here's Shepard. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game. Finney Smith passes to Okogie. 5 on the clock. Sengun, a screen on Russell. The Rockets again can't hit. Mavericks trail by 12. And the Mavericks have stressed the importance of defense to winning at the highest level, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they felt that fortifying the team at that end of the floor would get them closer to contention. And look at them. They're making some bold moves there along the way.
Here's Shepard. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Okogie. Here's Sengun. Here's Shepard. For 3. Knocks down the triple. Shepard's got his first 3 points of the game.
Shepard is good at measuring the defense. He knows his passes are coming his way if he has space to shoot.
Thompson outside. Misses the 3. The Rockets lead by 15. Okogie on the wing, guarded by Russell. Okogie, the pass to Sengun. Outside, Finney Smith. Another 3 from Houston.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Left side, Russell. Pass to Robinson Earl. 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by Dallas. Houston has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Now Tate. And here's Sengun. And you look at his numbers, just over 21 a game. Okogie offline with a 3. Mavericks trail by 18. Thompson passes to Robinson Earl. Russell with the ball. There's a screen by Robinson Earl. And a clever pass fake. Kept the D from closing in. Nembhard's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And it's a completely new group for the Rockets. And the Mavericks with some changes. Hey, Clark, whether we're comparing players or voting for the annual awards, defense is a factor that is often undervalued.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, we love to see people score in a variety of ways. We like to see that offensive skill set on display. But, you know, defensive stats are critically important, but not as easy to identify and count. But yet, in steal, it's half the game, so you can't overlook it.
Now here's Thompson. No points so far. The three. And another miss by Houston. Mavericks trail by 15. Here's Flag. Second shot opportunity. And the bucket is good from Gafford in deep.
That's why you go after every rebound. You might just get yourself a bucket in the process.
Durant, the pass to Capella. That's good. And so Durant with the assist. Capella's got his first bucket of the night.
Capella's a capable scorer from the interior. Nice job there.
The three from Washington. Another three for Dallas.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Marshall. Checking the numbers. He's averaging close to 15 a game. Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
First one falls for him. And that's good as he hits both shots. 50 seconds left in the half. Outside Eason. Back to Durant. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
That's their first personal foul.
Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, B.A., most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up and score over most any defender.
Free throw is good from Durant.
I don't think you could design a better scorer than Durant. I mean, range from deep, the touch at the rim, excellent handle, 7 feet tall. He does everything you want from your first option.
Now here's Washington. He came away with 14 points in his last game. And here's Flag outside. Smith with the rebound.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
The clock runs out, and we are headed to halftime. It's Houston. They lead by 13. And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Coach Ime Udoka. And, Coach, what are some of the positives that you can take away from that first half?
Our physicality has been good to start. Obviously, a point of emphasis is keeping them under control in transition. We like how we're guarding defensively. Obviously, it is big against this team.
Great start. Thanks, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Run line. Here measuring up the shot. Give it up for the participants.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
And for that matchup with the Pacers, although they appear to be the better team, they can't get caught up thinking that. You know, That's when you let your guard down.
And in this league, Jet, it seems like upsets happen every week. Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Houston Rockets.
Hey, living in the paint is good living. Take it from me.
Yeah, this team doesn't settle. They're aggressive and they're physical. It's impressive to watch.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. You know, Kevin Durant has really been making it happen here, guys.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And Houston has possession. They led by as many as 18. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Indiana, where they'll face the Pacers. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. So the Mavericks 5 right now. Washington and Gafford, the combo inside. Max Christie is out there with Flag. And it's Marshall in at the 3 spot. Houston shooting their second free throw attempt on the night.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Kevin Durant. One shot.
And that one misses.
No doubt Kevin Durant is the best scoring forward of his generation, maybe of all time. I mean, KD can do anything offensively. They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, the Rockets had become a fearsome defensive team, and Coach Ime Udoka said, our young guys were tired of losing, and they bought into it. A huge part is just shifting the mentality and doing our part on that end. Understanding how much that impacts winning, it is a non-negotiable for me. Back to you.
They are bought in. Allie, we appreciate the report. And Houston has possession after Dallas' three-pointer on the other end. Back to Durant. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Durant's got 17 points.
I really like how he's playing tonight, taking good, smart shots, playing his game.
Here's Flag, defended by Thompson. Gafford passes to Washington. Here's Flag. The 3 ball. Thompson pulls it in.
Since halftime, they've missed 3 of their first 4 shots. Still trying to get their legs under them.
Well, Grant, in 2024, you added Cooper Flag to the USA Select Team before he even played a game in college.
You know, B.A., he made me look really good, too. You know, he performed extremely well against the men's national team. And at just the age of 17, he already looked like one of the better players on the court that day.
And it's Washington missing.
And I'm sure this isn't how they drew it up at the half. Only 1 for 5 here in the third quarter.
Pass to Durant. And here's Smith. Houston working the ball around. Here's Şengün. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 6.
The balance, the focus. Şengün shrugging off the contact in style.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And taking a look at the last 10 games, these are the teams that have attacked the offensive glass and been rewarded for their efforts. The Rockets second.
Well, you love the attack mindset on the glass. They've imposed their will physically.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Washington passes to Gafford. Pass to Flag. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Gafford. Sinks that one from the post.
They allowed him to establish deep position. You just can't do that.
Exactly. I mean, once he's got the ball in that area, the battle's already lost.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. He's checked in for Houston. Nembhard, he's checked in for Dallas. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Klay Thompson.
Well, his scoring has dipped over the last few seasons, and sometimes that can be cause for concern. But it doesn't always tell the full story. You have to consider his role, his usage, as well as the other ways he contributes to the team.
Houston with another miss. Mavericks trail by 16. Washington with the ball. Now Thompson defending. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And even as the league works for parity, there will always be those teams that are rebuilding. What are the keys to accelerating that process, Clark?
Well, there are a number of factors, B.A. I think you start with leadership and talent acquisition. I mean, those are two major components to this building a team and being successful. You've got to have talent. And then I think you've got to have a commitment to staying the course. Consistency really matters when you get leadership and talent in place.
And he drops the first.
A dependable stretch for Washington is also somebody who continues to look to improve every year in the league.
And so Washington nails both of them. And so Thompson will bring it up for Houston. They led by as many as 18. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Three-pointer, no good. Mavericks trail by 14. Here's Christie. No good with the triple.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pass to Smith. Thompson scanning the floor. Drives to the hoop. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
What a burst Thompson has. I mean, on his drives, he goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat.
And here's Gafford, defended by Şengün. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Washington outside. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle. Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Now here's Marshall. Gafford with a screen on Durant. The three from Washington. Again, the miss by Dallas.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Shepherd making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. And that one drops.
They're really working the paint now.
Washington left side. Banked it in off the glass. Washington's got 10 points. And so it's Houston, a sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. Back after this. There have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Alperen Sengun. Then it's Josh Okogie. Then it's Shepherd. And it's Tate in at the 3 slot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Houston leading by 18. Pass to Shepherd.
Yeah, Shepherd's so creative with the ball. He confuses the defenders.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, you know, for me, the passing has been fantastic all night. Everybody loves watching this style of basketball where the ball moves and players move. Coaches, fans, and even us broadcasters can appreciate that kind of action.
They've also been striking from mid-range with great consistency tonight. They just owned that part of the floor in this one.
And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, when I watch Reed Shepherd play, I'm sometimes reminded of John Stockton. The type of handle and the way he goes to the cup, quicker and more athletic than he appears. You know, I know that's big shoes to fill, but I just like the similarities and the intensity.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Mavericks trail by 19. Inside, here's Thompson. Soft touch off the glass. Thompson's got his first 2 points of the night.
As his career has developed, Clay has added this to his arsenal, becoming more than just a shooter.
And here's Shepherd for 3. Drops in the 3. And the Rockets lead by 20.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now here's Russell. They set the pick. Nembhard outside. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle.
Let's make some noise for your Rockford.
Checked in for Tate. And Dallas also making a switch. Gafford's checked in. Here's Okogie. Gets it to go from 8 feet. Okogie's got his first 2 points.
Well, I like this from Okogie. I mean, still refining his perimeter game, so he makes his presence felt inside.
Nembhard, right side. Off the mark there with a 3.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
The 3 from Thompson hits the trifecta.
Love the response from Thompson there. You knew it was going to be about payback for him.
Outside Durant. And that one's good with extra effort on the glass. Durant's got 21.
Durant has definitely been on one tonight, knocking down shots for himself at a high rate.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan.
Attention! All over the floor right now is your lunch crew. Let's hear you make some noise.
Presentation of the player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And guess what? This was his game all night. I mean, he tore through the defense and almost never took a bad shot out there. Really, a level of offensive consistency most players can only dream of.
Boy, you can see the amazing relationship he's built with the hometown fans, and it motivates him to always give them his very best. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. On the wing, Christie, defended by Eason. Washington, a screen on Thompson. And it's flag missing.
That is not the shot you need to be looking for when you're trying to break out of a slump.
Here's Durant. And another basket for Houston.
Boy, that mid-range J from KD can put people to sleep, boy. Tough to guard him at all 3 levels.
Pass to Washington. Here's Flag. Outside Christie. 5 on the clock. The 3. And it's Flag missing. The Rockets lead by 23. Thompson passes to Durant. And Durant with the big finish.
Durant always ready to throw it down. You can't let him get close to the rack.
Minute 32 left in the 4th quarter here.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Rockets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Greg.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And you look at their record after tonight, 30 wins on the year.
This has been a back-and-forth season series, but after most recently suffering a loss, they managed to even the score and end things at 2-2 against Dallas.
And what a huge performance it was for Kevin Durant.
Boy, I loved his approach. Businesslike, methodical, highly productive. When they needed points, he was the one that got them.
And last season, the worst in about 2 decades for games lost to injury, Clark. Cause for concern?
I certainly think so, but I mean, I am a fan of load management, but I think it should be in practice time. That way, the guys can play as many games as possible for their team and the fans. Load management should be, I think, managed in the practice schedule.
Gafford finds Washington. 46 seconds left in the final quarter. And that one's good. Flag.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Screen by Capella. And here's Shepard for 3. Gafford grabs the miss. And so it's Dallas with it. Marshall passes to Gafford. Here's Washington. That one a little long. Here's Shepard. And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching. And let's reveal our player of the game, Kevin Durant.